I'll be attempting to make a glass magnet today. Will it attract success or be a field of failure? Hello and welcome back. Matt Jasa here. I've done a video on the electromagnet before, but this time I want to attempt it again with cobalt glass. So I have cobalt number 6 here from Glass Alchemy. It's their most dense and saturated cobalt blue color. It's often used for black. And now cobalt, along with iron and nickel, are all considered to be ferromagnetic materials. They're strongly attracted to magnetic fields and can even become magnetized themselves to maintain their own permanent magnetic field. And although the cobalt in the glass is ferromagnetic, I believe the glass itself is actually diamagnetic. A diamagnetic material will do almost the opposite. It will repel itself away from a magnetic field. It's able to do this by creating a small magnetic field itself, except internally and in the opposite direction, so it repels any external magnetic fields. And now diamagnetism happens in most materials which aren't magnetic. But the field is usually not very strong either. And so naturally, it's not very noticeable. And so what I've done so far here is melted back a large rod of the cobalt 6. And now I'm beginning to pull it out into a thicker rod. And then I'll bend it into a U shape to make a U magnet. This can be one of the strongest shapes for a magnet, as it brings both of the poles closer in proximity and pointing in the same direction. And now I'm going to put a very even heat in the middle and start to bend it around. It feels a little stiffer than clear glass. I would say almost like a silly putty or a Play-Doh. I'm also working the cobalt in a neutral to slightly oxidizing flame and slightly a little farther away where it's colder. You want to try to avoid using the reducing flame for this color, as it could lead to gray streaks. But also, if you're holding it too close to the face of these surface mix torches, then you'll get a more of a reducing flame. The fuel and oxygen need a little bit more time to mix in the air. And so now I'm just working back the ends, trying to get the entire thing shaped in an even U. Then I'll just tap my punty and it'll knock right off. That's called a cold seal type of connection between my punty and the magnet. It's kind of a quick disconnect. And now I'll begin to wrap the cobalt magnet with some electrical wire. It's good to make this wrap very tight and even without overlapping any of the lines. I've also wrapped a screwdriver here as a control. You can see it picks up the staples when I attach the battery. And now to test the cobalt magnet, and it just doesn't seem like it's working. I actually don't know how much cobalt is in cobalt number 6. It might not be dense enough to carry a field. The screwdriver control is working pretty well as an electromagnet. I'll go ahead and permanently magnetize this one instead on this large battery. Boop, that's all it needs. You only have to attach it to the battery for a fraction of a second to get all the gears going. And now I'll use an even larger battery to give it some real power. Zap. And there you go. That's going to be it for this video. A little bit of a shorter one today. I'm sorry I couldn't get the magnet working, but thanks for checking it out anyway. Try to stay safe out there. I'll see you back next Friday.